Hello and welcome. Today's video is going to be slightly different. Instead of the normal trading strategy type video, today I'm going to give you an insight into my life. So it's going to be one of those day in the life of a trader type videos, but slightly different because it's going to be day in the life of an algorithmic trader and it's real life. There's no BS. You're not going to see any rented fast cars or big mansions or any ridiculous income claim. It's my life as I've progressed from trading stocks years ago and progressed to developing my own trading algorithms. You might even find it a little bit boring. It's not going to be a fancy video because I'm a trader, I'm not a filmmaker. So you're not going to get any of that fancy B-roll or watching me make my coffee or anything silly like that. I don't even drink coffee. What you're going to get is just an insight into my life as 100% algorithmic trader and trading coach. And I'm going to split it up into 4 different categories. I'm going to talk about what I do on a daily basis, what I do of an evening, what I do of a weekend, and what I do at the end of a month. And not every week is the same. I'm going to give you a fairly typical rundown of what an average week of mine typically looks like. And I'm going to heavily focus on my life as a professional. So I'm not going to include the social aspects of my life. And some of you might also know that I'm very passionate about classic motorcycles and cars, and I do occasionally work on them, but I'm not going to talk about that now. Just going to talk about my trading and coaching and video making life. Okay, so I've tried to make order of it, like I say, weekday evenings, weekend, and end of the month. So let's start looking through this in some sort of order. First of all, home or office. Typically I will work from the office, occasionally work from home. I don't work particularly well from home. I do much prefer going into the office. So first of all, I'm looking at emails. Emails from subscribers like yourselves, coaching clients. Often got coaching clients on the go, training them, and they're often emailing me, sometimes on a daily basis, and I set aside some time in the morning to go and look through and reply to all those emails. And then, depending on what day it is, I'm going to be doing one or some or all of these tasks. I'm looking at content for my new videos or blog posts like this one. Typically, they're strategy based. New stuff that I've discovered that I think is going to help you out. Often, the content will relate to emails from subscribers, email from viewers, sometimes even work I've been doing with coaching clients. Another thing I'll be doing is preparing for coaching calls. So coaching clients, when they get on a call with me, I don't just show up. I like to discuss through a series of emails before we plan the call, and then I look to see what needs to be covered during that call, and I'll make quite a lot of preparation for that call. So I don't just show up for an hour, talk to them, take their money. That's not how I work. Check my trading server. In fact, that's probably done first thing. So I mentioned I'm an algorithmic trader. My trades are done automatically. So what that means is I program my strategies into the computer, and then the computer monitors prices and places the trades for me. That means my computer has to be running 24 hours a day, or it certainly has to be running for as long as the markets you want to trade are open. I trade a lot of Forex, which is open 24 hours a day, apart from the weekends. So the computer's running, is open, is on, running the trading software. I use multi-charts. That's all working 24 hours a day. So I just check in to make sure that it's still on, still connected, everything's working well. Next up, strategy development. So obviously working on my own strategies, sometimes helping with coaching clients. Not only do I have coaching clients, I also do strategy development or programming for some clients. They might come to me with an idea and they want it programmed so that I can test it and maybe automate it for them to go and trade using multi-charts too. Video editing. Videos like this one, strategy videos, they do take a bit of time to edit, put together, upload onto YouTube. And of course, coaching calls. So I'll be dealing with those sometimes during the day, sometimes in the evenings. So that's about it for what happens generally during the day. In the evenings, during the weekdays, I mentioned I'm not going to get into social life, that sort of thing, but I do spend quite a few days at the gym in the evenings. Quite often I'll actually nip to the office after I've been at the gym, just because I might have a few things that I need to finish off and get ahead for the next day. Videos I'll do of an evening quite often, and I'll also do some coaching calls of an evening. It tends to work quite well, especially with some of the guys here in the UK who have got full-time jobs. It just works good for them doing it in the evenings. Then at a weekend, I update my charts locally. That literally takes 5 minutes. Now, what I mean by that is I have two separate computers. So one is my trading server, which I've already mentioned, which has to stay on 24 hours a day. That purely just runs and places trades for me. Then I have another computer which I do all my strategy development on. They both run multi-charts, and they don't, because I only have one license for multi-charts, they both can't be connected to live data all at the same time. So what it means is I can switch off my trading server at the weekend, and then on my local machine, the machine that I use to develop, I can then update the charts, and then the charts are well up to date for the next week. If I need up-to-date data, I rarely need up-to-date data. You know, it doesn't need to be up-to-date by the day. I mean, it can be a month, 2 months out of date. It doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. When I'm developing trading strategies, I'm looking at now sort of 13 years of data. So even if it's not up-to-date within a few weeks, it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. But that's just a habit of mine. I do update it at the weekends. I reset the trading server, so the trading computer, I'll just close down multi-charts, reset it, just through habit, just think it's a good thing now and then just to reset Windows. And of course, I plan the next week, plan the following week. Always like to plan things out. If you don't plan things out, if you don't have goals, then you're not going to get very far with it. That goes with anything, not just in trading. And then the month end. So at the end of the month, I'll assess the live and watch lists trading strategies. So what that means is I look at the trading strategies that I have live, I have trading, and I assess the performance. I look at how they've performed over the last month. If the month before the performance wasn't that great, this month not that great, it might be a time to switch off that trading strategy just to make sure everything's going well. So I run through all of my live trading strategies just to see how they're doing. Normally takes me about 10 minutes. I have one main workspace with all my charts that I'm trading live, and it really doesn't take that long, just because multi-charts puts a really good performance report together. And the watch lists. So all the time when I'm developing trading strategies, if something looks really good, then I'll put it in what I call a watch list. And then I'll, again, within multi-charts, I have workspaces where they'll be full of charts with markets and strategies that I'm looking to put live. But what I typically do is I'll develop a trading strategy and then I'll put it into what we call incubation. Kevin Davey, he calls it incubation, and just sit on it and watch it for maybe 3 months, maybe up to 6 months, or sometimes I like to see it make a new equity high, just to make sure that it's working before I put live money towards it. And that's another thing I do at the month end. So between the live and the watch lists, it might less than half an hour. That's all it takes. And there you have it. I told you it might seem a little bit boring. It's not going to be a flash video, but that's typically what I do as an algorithmic trader by the week, by the weekend, and by the end of the month. What I don't do is sit staring at the charts 10 hours a day. I don't get up at 4 o'clock in the morning staring at data and looking at news events that are coming out, preparing for my day ahead. That's why I choose algorithmic trading, because it's a very hands-off approach. You have to put the work in before, you have to put the work in developing the strategy, but then you can switch on automated strategies and let them trade for you. it's also not sitting on the beach with the laptop, not that typical laptop lifestyle. This is real life. This is real life as a trader who's been doing it for years. Again, like I say, not one of those flashy Instagram perceptions that some of these guys try and give you. So I hope you enjoy that. I think some of you might find that quite insightful. If you've liked the video, please like it, please subscribe to the channel. And if you are interested in becoming an algorithmic trader, maybe that sort of trading appeals to you, maybe you've been trading other ways and it hasn't worked and you might want to try my way, then I always offer some good stuff on the channel. I'll leave some links in the description down below. If you want some coaching, if you want some trading strategies tested, programmed, anything like that, leave all the links down below. And hope you enjoyed it. Until the next time, this is Jared Goodwin, and thank you.